Hello everyone, this is Lavrentia Valiona with you, and today we're going to look at this kind of case. A client came to me and complained that, in general, she was happy with all her nails, but something went wrong with this thumb on one hand. Let's see how the other nails look first. By the way, she doesn't get any nail coatings, her nails are natural, she doesn't even use regular polish, and she doesn't get manicures either, meaning she doesn't do any nail treatments. They say that her nails have been in this condition for about 1.5 years, give or take, so let's take a look at how her big toe looks. The arch is slightly changed, but in this case it doesn't really indicate anything specific for us. Her other nails aren't particularly even either, they just grow as they are. What we can see is some yellowing from the inside, and if we look under the nail, we can notice some flaking and an uneven smile line. So the free edge is kind of distorted. Basically it looks like onycholysis, but we can also see some small yellow oily spots along the edge. For now, I'll be working on it here in the video. Well, by working, I mean we'll trim it and slowly start dealing with it. Of course, this will be done while working with the client. I asked her how long this has been going on, under what circumstances, and so on. She says it happened suddenly one day, but she can't say exactly when. Well, approximately 1.5 years ago. She used to cover her nails with gel polish, but after this happened, she stopped using gel polish. And now, what should we do in this situation? How can we actually figure things out here in this case? This client likely has nail plate psoriasis, which was my first question. But the thing is, she doesn't have any signs of psoriasis anywhere else on her body. However, it's important to note that it's not necessary for there to be anything else on the body. It's possible that psoriasis will only appear on the nails, or even just on one nail. This happens too. So, psoriasis can affect not only the skin, but also the nails. In such cases, it's essential to see a dermatologist, which is a doctor who specializes in skin diseases. In general, psoriasis is a chronic disease and it is not infectious. Most often, of course, psoriasis appears on the skin. Sometimes it can be found on the scalp, but occasionally there are cases like this. Only a doctor can make this diagnosis, and since I'm not a doctor, I can't do it. But I can recommend that the client see a doctor, which I advise all of you to do as well. What can I do as a podiatry specialist? I can gently trim the free edge and do a delicate cleaning. It can't be done aggressively, unlike typical onycholysis cases. So we can't just clean everything all the way to the end, we need to act very carefully. In this case, I used pedicure nippers, I removed the length, and now I'm taking a drill bit and carefully, almost in the air, trying not to touch the nail bed itself. I'm just slightly evening out the free edge, because one of the client's complaints was that it bothers her. When it catches on something, it even lifts up a little for her. That's why we're doing a very delicate cleaning. Unfortunately, psoriasis is currently considered a condition that isn't really curable. As commonly stated in medical references, it's a chronic condition, so refer the client to a doctor and monitor it. Additional recommendations may be given. As a podologist, I can perform light cleaning and recommend moisturizing oils as long as the person isn't allergic to any ingredients. That's important to consider. And I also want to say that if you or your client are diagnosed with nail plate psoriasis, then of course you shouldn't apply any kind of coating at all. No polish, no gel polish, no film, no powder, absolutely nothing, especially during flare-ups. Sometimes I know people with this problem use decorative nail polish that air dries, but this only happens when their condition is more stable. Still, there is always a chance that it could flare up again, so please be careful. Please see a doctor if you notice something similar in yourself. I want to remind podologists that we each have our boundaries, so just stick to your job. That's all from me. This was Aliona. Bye.